Alright, VC, what's going on? I thought I'd come back and make another video here. It's been, over a month, I think, since I made my last video. Yeah, it's been a busy month. That's right. World Series champion, Los Angeles Dodgers. My wife and I were blessed. I got tickets. We went to 3 NLCS games, including Game 7. And then we were there for games 5 and 6 of the World Series. So I saw him win the World Series for the first time in 32 years, which was, an experience I'll never forget. My dad was able to come out for a game, so me and my son and my dad went to a game. I mean, it was just a really good month. So yeah, good memories. But now, more time for music again, because I didn't have a lot of time. Late nights watching the games and stuff like that. So happy, but at the same time, I took a month off pretty much from music. I still went to RSDs and stuff like that, as you saw in my videos. But yeah, hope everyone's doing great. Crazy times in the country right now. Hopefully, now that all that election crap's over, we can get back to just doing our thing and listening to music. And nobody's life's going to change in the next 4 years anyway, just like it didn't change in the last 4. So what we're listening to right now is one of my albums of the year. This is an artist called Nubia Garcia. This is a limited variant from her website there. Nice, really cool splatter edition. And I think it was only like $10 more, so they sent you a autographed version there. So that was pretty cool. $10 more, I'll take that. I didn't know they were going to send a whole new sleeve for it and everything, so I thought that was pretty neat. As you can hear in the background, like a newer generation of jazz. Man, she's really great. I think, man, I don't feel like opening it up right now. Well, there's a lot of the newer jazz scene that's on there with her, but you'll hear it throughout. Just check it out, it's really good. Next, I picked up, my wife, I guess you could kind of explain it in the Sirius XM realm. We listen to Octane 41 every once in a while. And this is a band I've always liked. It's a band called 10 Years. Not a lot of this stuff is on vinyl, but they re-released this last year. So this is an autographed version from their website. This has the song Wasteland on it. There's the track listing. Most of you guys have probably heard Wasteland if you listen to any kind of rock radio or anything like that. So this was nice to have. I wish they would release some of their other stuff on vinyl. Yeah, big fan of these guys. If you haven't heard them, definitely check them out. But I'm pretty sure most of you have heard Wasteland. So let me get it back in the sleeve there. All right, next. I don't know why. I guess the Aussie Box Set sparked something in me or something like that, and it seems like I've been buying more box sets lately. Yeah, Aussie was the first, and then you guys saw in the last RSD I got that Clutch box set, and I just picked up these kind of sporadically as well. I don't really know why. I've never really been a box set guy, but so this one was pretty cool. This is the band Failure. You can see it's signed by all the band members there. This is a really cool box set. If I'm being honest, I probably bought it for one record, which is this one right here. Fantastic Planet, if I'm being honest. But I have listened to all the records in here. Wasn't familiar with one of them. And yeah, it's really great. Just 90s rock, alternative. Love it. Stuck on You would be obviously the song off there. But then it includes, this is like 1992 to 1996, so this is their album Comfort, which is a great record. And you also have Magnified, also really good stuff. Like I said, alternative, 90s rock, really great stuff. And last but certainly not least, they have a Outtakes and Oddities, which is, I hadn't heard a lot of this, so this was kind of cool. So yeah, really nice box. Comes with this pretty cool book too. Talks about each record and you know, some pictures from when they were recording it and stuff like that. So definitely pretty cool. I was really happy with that, and yeah, go give them a listen if you haven't listened to Failure before. Really good stuff. And I don't know why. I don't know if I was listening to the radio or what happened, and I remember this box set from RSD a couple years ago, and I'm like, why did I never pick that up? So this is Goo Goo Dolls Topography. So it's got magnetic, Something for the Rest of Us, Let Love In. And I ended up getting this for the same, even cheaper than RSD would have been. So this one is Gutter Flower. I still got to pick up. There's another box set from earlier in RSD, and of course Dizzy Up the Girl. That's probably my favorite record in this bunch. I wouldn't say Goo Goo Dolls is a go-to for me all the time, but I think it's enjoyable music. You know, nice letter with. I don't know if those are real signatures or not. I mean, they kind of look real. I don't know. I'm not a signature expert, but I mean, they kind of look real. So like I said, I don't listen to Goo Goo Dolls all the time, but I think it's a really nice box, and I enjoyed listening to these. So like I said, I got it for a lot cheaper than what I was going for. Next, I did get the Wildflowers. This is the 9 LP indie version. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. There's already been a lot of videos on it. I've made it through probably 4 of the 9 LPs so far. I'm working my way. I really enjoyed the home recordings. I mean, the home recordings were freaking awesome. I'm really excited to get to the alternate versions at the end. I'm excited to listen to that after listening to everything, you know, to get to the alternate versions at the end. So I did buy, I was one of the 475 people that bought the Super Ultra Deluxe, but I got it in the mail, and I was pretty disappointed, to be honest with you. It was essentially, you know, this, and then it was, you know, it came in like this knit bag and everything like that. And then it had like, you know, a little necklace, a 7-inch. I mean, the amount of stuff extra for the, I mean, that was $500, $550 with tax. This was $220 or something, $229 or something like that. So the amount extra of $270 or $300 really, what you got was a bag, a 7-inch, a little bracelet, and an extra lyric sheet, you know. And I mean, it was literally this in a bag, like the same exact 9 LPs. It wasn't different than this. And I was like, man, I can't justify this. I mean, so I ended up selling it to, I think, someone in Europe for a pretty hefty amount, and it is what it is. I ended up buying this instead, and I gotta say, I'm really happy with it, you know. At first I was like, man, this is a limited, you know, that crosses your mind, you know. I'm sure it's going to go up in value over time, but I mean, I made a good amount on it anyway. But yeah, I'm very happy with my decision, and I'm glad I just have the 9 LP. So next, how about some jazz? How about some Dorothy Ashby, the jazz harpist, on Regent. Nice first press here with Frank West on flute, Wendell Marshall, Eddie Jones on bass, Ed Thigpen on drums. Any Dorothy Ashby I see a pick up. She's terrific, and man, it's hard to find. Really hard to find. So that was pretty cool. I mean, I think that's my second Dorothy Ashby I have. I'd love to find some of her prestige stuff, but crazy prices. Next, we got Lana Del Rey, Honeymoon. This is the red vinyl from, I think it's from 2015. She makes some really great albums. Some of them, I mean, they seem almost kind of dark, but her voice she's got a beautiful voice. I love her arrangements that she does. You know, it's definitely more on the pop side, but it's kind of like the, you know, I guess, I don't want to say Billie Eilish, but I mean, you know what I mean? Kind of like the darker side of the pop, you know what I mean? And I mean, she doesn't look it there, but yeah, you know, I really enjoy her stuff. Her new album's terrific. What more to say? Next, I did pick up the, I have both, I think I have 4 copies of, you know, Love Supreme now, and like 3 copies of Ballads. I have OGs of both. I can confirm that both of these sound incredible. You know, they are, you know, they're not like the 45 RPM acoustic sounds, but I mean, these are pretty close to being as close to audiophiles as you're gonna get, so very, very cool. Picked up both of those. Got the Tone Poet, a Horace Silver I didn't have an original of, and they did a Tone Poet, so thank you, Blue Owl. Further explorations by the Horace Silver Quintet, Art Farmer on trumpet, Clifford Jordan on sax, who, it's hard to find stuff from him, it seems like, his earlier stuff. Louis Hayes, really great, really great. Can't go wrong with Horace Silver. Whew. So this one, you know, I got for a fantastic price, mostly because of the cover. Hank Mobley, The Turnaround. It's a first stereo pressing. So, as you can see, the cover is, you know, a little dirty on the front, but everything's readable, you know, nothing chipped off or peeled off. That's when I start getting upset with crappy covers, but yeah, this is a monster of an album. Freddie Hubbard, Donald Byrd, Hank Mobley, Barry Harris, Herbie Hancock, Paul Chambers, Butch Warren, Billy Higgins, and Philly Joe Jones. Obviously 2 different sessions, because you got a couple different drummers there, but whew, this is awesome. Any Hank Mobley I see, I try to pick up. It's always good. This is pretty cool. I've been wanting, this was the last record I needed for my discography of this band. Someone listed it on Discogs as having like a slight warp, but it played fine. And for once, the accurate, you know, it was very accurate. And so I picked it up for less than half of what this goes for. Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood, original pressing there, and still in the shrink. Place is fantastic. I mean, you can hardly even notice the warp. So, but yeah, very nice. That was the last one I needed. My wife's favorite band, and yeah, I enjoy listening to them as well. So, saw them in concert once or twice. Once maybe? I don't know. All right, next we got Roscoe Weathers, I'll Remember. This is another great jazz man release out of the UK. Roscoe Weathers was not really, you know, super well known. He was out of Los Angeles. This is all recorded like in the 60s, 70s. You kind of see him right there. Really great stuff. Born in 1920, plays the flute, as you can see. But this, yeah, they just released this year. And yeah, I mean, he kind of just, you don't really hear about Roscoe Weathers, so I was really intrigued. I kind of looked him up online, and I was like, just kind of one I wanted to have, you know. So great, you know, easy listening jazz, I guess you could say. Bop at times, but mostly just like really nice, smooth jazz, you know. You really can't go wrong with any Jazzman Records release. Next, this came out a long time ago actually, but I don't know, I guess never showed it, I guess. Rudy Deanda on the Karma Chief / Coal Mine. Pretty much sums it up right here. Romantically familiar Latin pop. So very soulful. I think he's out of Long Beach, California, if I'm not mistaken. So got the, as you saw, the clear edition there. But anything Coal Mine puts out, I pick up. I have his first LP and then a 7-inch from him as well. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. This one also goes down as one of my favorite albums of the year so far. I know he released this a while back. You can only get it in Japan and Europe, but Dusty Groove in Chicago imports a lot of stuff from Japan and Europe and stuff like that. So then you only have to pay U.S. shipping prices, which is Dusty Groove. I thank you for this. But Takuya Kuroda, Fly Moon Die Soon. Whew. I think I showed that already. Still amazing. Alright, so this one, I was a little upset with the cost of it, but then you look at what they're going on in the aftermarket, and I just bit the bullet. Told the Wet Sprocket Fear. This is from their website. Thought it was a little overpriced, but it's a great album. They did not have any more of Dulcinea, which was kind of upsetting. But I've been kind of getting more records of bands, you know, from my, you know, younger days, I guess you could say. Like I picked up in my last video, the Soundgarden. I've been trying to just get more of that stuff. So Toad the Wet Sprocket. Yeah, very enjoyable. Obviously, All I Want, the hit song off of here. But love it. Likewise, this guy right here, you know, I've been on a Tom Petty kick pretty much my whole life, but yeah, Tom Petty Highway Action, or Highway Companion, I'm sorry. So even these reissues are getting super hard to find. I found one store in town that still had one, so I scooped it up. I don't know if they're going out of print or what's the deal, but even these reissues are getting in the $50, $60 range. So this is like his third LP, third solo album after Full Moon Fever and Wildflowers. So another solid effort. You know, I mean, Wildflowers is obvious, and Full Moon Fever obviously are getting a trumpet, but still nice stuff from Mr. Petty. Really cool album here. I think it's actually credited to Jaco Pastorius, but this is Jaco Pastorius, Pat Metheny, Bruce Ditmas, and Paul Bley. Terrific, terrific stuff on the Improvising Artist label. It's really nice, you know, jazz fusion-y at times, you know, avant-garde at times. I mean, if you see those names right there, you probably know what you're going to get. But yeah, just a terrific album. Not one you see every day either. So that was kind of cool. I think I got that on RSD. They had it, you know, just in the bins. All right, another Blue Note, John Patton, That Certain Feeling. Some more organ jazz. This is a first Liberty pressing on Blue Notes. Junior Cook, Jimmy Ponder, Clifford Jarvis, and John Patton. You know, if you like Jimmy Smith and you haven't heard of John Patton, do yourself a favor, pick up a couple of his albums. He didn't make as many as Jimmy Smith, but you know, if you like organ jazz, you'll love this. Another blast from the past, little Voodoo Glow Skulls. Who Is This Is? Some nice ska punk from my childhood, high school days, first press in there. Yeah, this brought me back, snowboarding and stuff back home, and we would always listen to stuff like this to get pumped up, you know, and yeah, I love Voodoo Glow Skulls. I think they're out of, you know, Inland Empire out there in California, so very, very cool. Picked up the Loser edition of L7. I think this was originally like, you know, their first EP, Smell the Magic, but this one is, it's got, you know, some bonus tracks that weren't included on the first one. So pretty cool looking vinyl, the Loser edition there. I think it's still readily available. This was like 18, 19 bucks, so the price was really good for this on Sub Pop. Can't go wrong. L7, some hard banging chick rock, man. Look at these. Man, look at it. Love it. How about a little hip hop? The Roots, Tipping Point. Anything the Roots do, Tribe, you know, any of that stuff. I love 90s, 2000 hip hop. I think we've gotten away from hip hop for the most part. It's pretty much all rap now. But I really enjoyed this, you know. This is from 2004. So this kind of falls into that just really great hip hop era. Picked this one up. I hear Dave over at Local Bandography talking about Matt in LA, you know, off Instagram. I actually picked this up a couple months ago, but just never got a chance of showing it, and I finally got to listen to it. I got a stack that I just have to listen to. It's driving me insane. So this is the Ulrich Supersonic Band of Oweri. You can see it covers pretty roached as you get with most African records. The title of this album is Ekutu Salam. Just great, you know, African music on Philip's label there. The beats on this are just awesome. I'm really starting to get into this more, which is a problem because these can get kind of expensive and the condition is suspect at times, but this plays great. And like I said, Matt out in LA on Instagram, man, he comes through with those for sure. Just a couple more here. I got this from Glass House out in LA. John Cage meets Sun Ra. It's a original Blue Label Meltdown Records. Another tough one to find. Man, you want to talk about free. Okay, you take Sun Ra and you mix it with John Cage, you got some free jazz, okay? If you're not into free jazz, don't buy this. Because at times you are going to be like, what am I listening to right now? Man, I'm really starting to get into this stuff. It's a problem. I know Andrew Tales from the Crate, Dave Local Bandography, you know, Secca Funk, they all kind of talk about free jazz, and once you get into it, you know, it's just like, whew. Some of these albums are super expensive too, which is a problem. They didn't make as many because it wasn't as popular, you know, so, but this is a great album if you like free jazz. All right, just a couple more on the Black Jazz label, Rudolph Johnson, Spring Rain. Just a original press in there on Black Jazz. Whew. Awesome album. Another one you don't see all the time. Yeah, it has John Barnes, Reggie Johnson, and Ray Pounds. I love these Black Jazz albums. The problem is, you know, you never find them in good condition. This one's in actually really good condition. And when you do, like, they might have a warp to them. The vinyl is like super light, maybe 140 gram or maybe even less. I don't even know, but you know, they're so thin. Like when you pick them up, you feel like you're gonna break it or something. I mean, it's, you know, it was a small label. They tried to, you know, make them as cheap as they could, you know, and make enough, you know, a lot of money. But yeah, great album, Rudolph Johnson, Spring Rain. And last but certainly not least, picked up, you know, just another one. I don't even know if I showed this already. PJ Harvey, Rid of Me. Her re-release on Island. I've been picking up all these PJ Harvey releases, so nice rock from the 90s. And that's it, we made it. And guess what? Dodgers are still World Series champions even after that video, so just kidding. Anyways, hope everyone's doing great. You know, it was nice to get on here and do a vinyl finds video. It's been a while. You know, a lot of stuff happened at work and stuff like that, so hopefully in the future it'll get more consistent, but who knows. Looking forward to Black Friday RSD, some great jazz titles. Yeah, that's it. Hope everyone's doing great. See ya.